welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and welcome to my TBR. It is crazy to me that it's already time for December's TBR. This year went so fast, like crazy fast, faster than any other year previously. Like, I always feel like the years go by really fast, but this year in particular, crazy fast. It's like giving me deja vu of last year when I sat and I made my December TBR for last year. So I don't have that many books on my December TBR. I have a lot that I actually want to read before the end of the year, but it kind of stresses me out how many I want to read before the end of the year, and I have such little time left. So with that being said, I did write down 11 books that I want to read in December. Some of them are new releases, some of them are backlist ones, some of them have been on my TBR since literally last year when I made my December TBR last year. I'm excited for December. I'm nervous. I think it'll be good. I really love the month of December. It is Christmas, holiday season, my birthday. My birthday is this coming Saturday. It's December 2nd. So I'm really excited for the month and for the end of the year. So I have 11 books, like I said, on my TBR. I'm gonna start with the new releases. The first one is Sable Peak by Devney Perry, which comes out on the 7th of December. This is the last book in the Eden series, and I have loved the Eden series. This is Mateo's book. He's the last sibling to get a book, and I believe it's single dad. I don't know a whole ton about it because it seems like Devney Perry is being a little secretive about what the actual plot of the book is. She's posted a bunch about don't sharing any spoilers, so I feel like there might be like something shocking going on in the book. So I'm excited. And the heroine is somebody who we got introduced to in the previous book, which was Crimson River. So I think it'll be really fun. And I love the series and I hope I love this last one. The next new release that I have is Mafia Virgin by Mila Finelli, which comes out on the 13th of December. This is a Mafia series that I have had such a good time with. I feel like all of the books in this series have just been like really chaotic and fun and just like a little out there, and I think that's great. I'm in a really big Mafia mood right now. The last like 10 books that I've read have been Mafia romances, so I am very excited to read more of them. I don't know a ton about this specific book, but I know that it's The Last Sister, and I hope that I love it. The next new release is Forged by Malice by Elizabeth Helen, which comes out on the 5th of December, and this is the third book in the Beasts of Briar series. The first one was Bonded by Thorns, and it is a reverse harem Beauty and the Beast inspired series, and it's fantasy, and I loved the first two books. I had such a good time with them. I was highly obsessed with them, and so I'm really excited to read the third book. I think that there's going to be like 5 or 6 or 7 books in this series. I think I remember reading there's going to be a lot of books in the series, so I know that this one's going to end on some kind of a cliffhanger or with unanswered questions, which is going to drive me nuts, but I'm really excited to see what this one gives us. The next one is Hans by S.J. Tilley, which is the next book in the Alliance series. I am obsessed with the Alliance series. I've talked about it so much, but I have absolutely loved it. I've fallen in love with S.J. Tilley. This is a Mafia series where all of the heroines are plus sized, and I absolutely love the way that S.J. Tilley writes. I think it's so good, and I'm really excited for this new one. We don't know a whole ton about what this one is going to be about because I don't even remember meeting Hans. I think we maybe met him once, but this one comes out on the 28th of December, so it's probably going to be one of the final books that I read in the month of December, but I'm still very excited about it, and I hope that I love it as much as I loved King and Dom. Then the last new release that I have is In Your Wildest Dreams by Rebecca Genchak, which comes out on the 7th of December. This one is part of her hockey series. I think it's called the Wildcat series, and I haven't read all of them in this series, but I've read a few of them, and I really like them. They're very low angst hockey romances that are just fun, and they don't have a lot of like pressure around them, and I really love them. I think they're great. I like how easy Rebecca Genchak's books are. I always have just like a good time reading them. So I'm excited for this one, and I hope that I love it. The next one that I have is actually a reread, and it is, I have the physical copy, Crescent City Book 1, which is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. I am rereading this for a readathon that I'm hosting with some of my friends, and we are going to be rereading this entire series, or reading this entire series if you haven't read it yet, in anticipation for the third book, which comes out at the last day of January. So we're going to be reading one a month because they are chunky. And in December, we are starting with House of Earth and Blood. The live show for this book is on the 17th of December, and it's on Jess from Peace Love Books channel. So I hope that you join us and read the book if you haven't already read the book, or reread it, because this is my favorite Sarah J. Maas book and I love it so freaking much. So I'm very, very excited to reread it. It'll probably be my 7th or 8th time rereading it, so I love it. The next one that I have is a historical, and it has been on my TBR so long. I remember putting it on my TBR before I went to a Polycon, which was last July or June or something. So it's like a year and a half ago, and I think it was on my TBR even before that, and that is Again the Magic by Lisa Kleypas. This is so many people's absolutely favorite historical. It is one that I have wanted to read for so freaking long, and I just keep not picking it up. So it is on my 15 books to read before the end of the year list. It was on my 23 books to read in 2023 video that I made at the end of last year. So I am determined to read this book this year. So I will be reading it in December. Yell at me if I don't read it in December, seriously. The next one that I have is actually a Christmas one, and that is The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. I bought this book a month ago, because I love Lucy Score, and I was reading the back, and it takes place in Connecticut, and I live in Connecticut, and I thought that was fun. That's literally the main reason why I bought it. But I want to get into a holiday spirit, and so I'm going to try and do a Christmas or holiday themed reading vlog. So I'll probably read this book for that vlog. But I think that this one is about like a reality TV star who shows up back in her hometown, and shenanigans ensue. So I'm excited about it. I hope that I really love it. I'm not usually the largest fan of like full-length holiday themed books, or like books that are long about holidays. So we'll see how I like it. I really hope that I do. But I think it'll be like a fun one to help me get into the holiday spirit. Another holiday one that I want to read is Trick Shot by Kayla Gross. I have seen so many people absolutely adore this book. I've heard absolutely nothing but good things, and one of my best friends is so in love with it. So I'm really, really excited about it, and I really want to read it. I think it's holiday themed. It's like a novella, or like 200 pages. It's like 200 pages, so it's like short book, long novella, and it is MMF. And I'm really loving MMF romances recently. I read a couple of them recently, and I'm really, really into that right now. Another one that I have is When Gracie Met the Grump by Mariana Zapata. This one is one of the final books by Mariana Zapata that I haven't read yet, and I have been putting it off because the audiobook hadn't been out, but the audiobook just came out in November, so I want to try and get to it. I haven't read a Mariana Zapata book in so freaking long. I think the last one that I read was All Roads Lead Here when that book came out, so I'm really excited to be back with Mariana Zapata's writing. I love her slow burn style of writing. This one is a little different of any of the others because I think it's superhero, so it's like slightly paranormal. So I think it'll be really fun, and I haven't read a superhero romance in a long time, so I think I hope it's good. Then the final book that I actually have written down is Violent Delights by Jessica Hawkins. This is a mafia romance that I don't even remember when it came out, but I remember seeing a bunch of people read it when it came out and being super intrigued by it. It was getting really good reviews. And then I put it on a list on Amazon of like KU books that I want to read, and completely forgot about it. So I was looking back through that wish list because I have these challenges that I do every single year for reading. They're like reading challenges, and I do one that's an A to Z challenge, and it's A to Z of favorite books. So it's all books that I gave 4.5 or 5 stars during the year that start with each letter of the alphabet. Since it's the end of the year and I am not completely done with the challenge. I was looking through to try and find books that would fit with the challenge, and this one starts with the letter V, and I'm missing a book that starts with V for my challenge, so I'm hoping that I'll love this book and that I'll be able to put it into my challenge thing. But I'm really excited. I hope that I love it. It's mafia and I'm in a mafia mood, like I said, so crossing my fingers that I love it. Speaking of those challenges, I will go through them just for where I'm at right now. I do an A to Z author challenge, but I do it for new to me authors as a way to get new to me authors into my reading. So I'm almost completely done. This is what my challenge looks like right now. So I'm almost completely done. The only ones that I'm missing is an author whose name starts with G, O, Q, U, and X. So if you know any authors that I haven't read, whose names either first or last at this point, whose names start with those letters, let me know down in the comments who I should read. And then the other one that I do is an A to Z title challenge, but only featuring books that I absolutely love, so only 4.5 and 5-star books. So I'm really doing a great job so far with that. I have completed a lot of it. The only ones that I'm missing now are books that start with J, L, Q, T, V, and then X, Y, and Z. So I do have a few that I'm missing. It's a little more than I would have liked, but I'm going to try and complete it. So again, if you have any books that you think I will love that I haven't read that start with those letters, let me know down in the comments. But those are the challenges that I do. And I'm hoping that I can complete them by the end of the year. I did both of them last year and I did almost fully complete them. I completed all of the new to me author ones. I think the only one that I was missing last year for the title challenge was X. So I'm crossing my fingers that I can get at least that many done for this year also. So that's gonna be it for this video. So like it if you liked it, subscribe, stick around, see more content from me, and I hope that you have the absolute best day.